Hi, this is Marcellus Green, owner of Detailed Solutions Computers and Audio, and this is another episode of Music Talk 101, number 20. And first of all, I'd like to thank everyone who has had time, or took the time, I should say, to look at one of my podcasts. This show is going to be, or this podcast is going to be on StudioNomic's, the cost to record. I wanted to wait till way down the line to do this one, okay? Because the reason why is because a lot of times artists, I'm not even going to say artists, but people don't understand the cost in recording. And we're going to focus on recording a song or a track, okay? And we're going to break the cost down. All right, because it's not as simple, it's not as cheap as you would think, and that's why a lot of times musicians they get frustrated or mad because wherever they're doing the recording, if someone is actually making money and they're supposed to be getting paid, well, sometimes it doesn't work that way. So we're gonna break it down. We're gonna break down why a lot of bands have to go on tour to make money. Okay, so we're going to start off again. This podcast is on StudioNomic's, the cost of it all. First of all, to have a recording studio. Now, we're not talking about just a room with a computer or a laptop and a keyboard. We're talking about a nice studio, a decent studio, okay? We're not talking, it doesn't necessarily have to be Motown, or it doesn't have to be LA or Atlanta. But we're talking about a nice studio. Get what I'm saying? With nice equipment, the proper music software, effects if you need. We're talking about having the hardware to get that crispy, pristine sound, that good quality, so anybody, any radio station or anywhere will want to play it. You can play it in your car, your house, and it's going to sound so clean. So let's start by talking about the building. The building, okay, these are expenses, all right? First of all, if you got your own building for your studio, and let me say it like this, I don't care if the foundation is your home, your house, your basement. There's cost involved, okay? We've got utilities, the cost of the building itself, of the house, your rent, mortgage, utilities, lights, right? Air conditioning, fans, whatever you use, heating in the winter. Those are things that people don't look at. Then we're talking about gear, proper studio. To have a proper studio, you need a real nice computer, especially if you're going to be applying a lot of effects. And that's somewhere down the line we're going to talk about. But you're going to need a nice running computer with at least an i5 processor, or a Ryzen 5 or higher. Now, if you're going to be running Pro Tools, that's on some music software, you're going to really have to focus on probably, I would recommend an Intel processor, because you have to go through too much to get it to work with an AMD Ryzen. You don't have to go through too much, but you have to buy the right processor. If you have an Intel system, you could run, as long as you're not running over 60 tracks, you could get away with an i5. With 8 gigabyte of RAM. I'm sorry, you could get away with that. But if you're gonna be running, say over 50, 60 tracks, and each track, at least 60 or 70% of your tracks have plugins or effects, I would recommend an i7 processor, and I would recommend 16 to 32 gigabyte of RAM. Okay, but that's a cost for that. The proper a computer itself to run Pro Tools or to run Cakewalk, run Logic Pro, which Logic runs on a Mac now. You already know Mac prices are high. Okay, so so those are things that are brought into your expense, your costs. Okay, the average cost in a good computer to run music software, and my company build computers. I design computers, build and design. The average the average cost for a computer to run your music software properly, you're going to be out of about, and let's not forget about the sound card, or the audio interface. That's how you get your sound into the computer, whether it's a mic or an instrument. But that's how you get your sound into the computer, whether it's in and out, 2 inputs, 4 in and out, 4 inputs, 4 out, or whether it's 8 in, 8 out. The minimum cost just for a 2 in, 2 out audio interface in the computer itself, not talking about the monitor, just the computer and the interface, the low end of the interface, like 2 in, 2 out, you're going to be at least out of $1,800 to $2,500 just for that, okay? Let's talk about if you're traveling to record someone. For some reason, people take what we do, studio engineers and musicians, studio engineers, they take us light. They take us lightly. Let me say it that way. So if you got to travel and take equipment with you, not only do you have to pay for gas, where you're going, paying for your rooming, all those are expenses. If you're traveling 100 miles or either 900 miles away, those are expenses. So all those are included in the bottom line price for recording. Okay? All those are. So I'm going to say most studios I know, I don't know too many because there's not that many out there, but from the low to the high, when I say low, I'm talking about low on cost per hour to record. I'm not talking about low on the studio. And I think every studio should have the proper gear. Just to record, you need mic preamps, okay? You need good mics. If you're going to let people who are recording use your equipment, you need good keyboards. You need drums. A good studio may house all that. A good studio houses everything, guitars. And a lot of times we don't like people using our instruments, but we will rent it to you, providing if you damage it, you will have to pay for it. But all those are costs, okay? The average cost for a studio is anywhere from $75 to $1,500 per hour, okay? Is it worth it? Yes, it is, if you have the right studio and the right sound engineer, okay? So let's go ahead. You need software when you're recording. Again, that's like you need music software like Logic Pro, Cakewalk. You need Pro Tools. All right, those are like the standard in the industry. All right, those programs cost anywhere from $500. And if you get the plugins, if you have to buy the farm cards, or if you have to buy extra hardware to run this software, you could be anywhere. You could be out of $500 to $11,000. Effects, plugins, they call plugins, the effects. Plugins can cost a lot, okay? Especially if you're using native instruments, or if you're using Wave, or there's so many VST plugins out there, okay? But some of those plugins, believe it or not, they can cost anywhere. They can cost over $5,000 just for the plugin pack, for one plugin pack. Okay. Good thing about today's standard and time, and these days and times, we have a lot of generic companies making plugins now, effect plugins, and they have some good price. And some of the stuff out there is pretty good. Okay, so let's talk about when you get done recording, okay? So yeah, when you get done and you and part of the equipment you need in the studio, you may not necessarily need a physical mixer, but most studios that call themselves a real studio, they have a real mixer. A lot of studios or home studios or whatever, they may use the mixer on the computer with the software. I love using the mixer on the computer with the software because I'm right there and I have control. But I also know I have 64 channel Yamaha mixer, 232 channel mixers synced together so to work as one, and I need that depending upon if I'm doing live recording or not. I need more channels to plug in more instruments, okay, and more vocals or whatever. But your sound card when you're recording on music software is important, the audio interface. So you can I would say if you're gonna if you really want to invest, I would start off with an 8 in, 8 out sound card. And you can actually expand sound cards, all right? You can buy an expansion for it and get 16, so it could be 16 in, 16 out. But when you're done with the recording, there's a process called mixing. Mixing is after you take all the instruments and everybody that's singing and all the sounds that's coming into your recording, you have to mix it and get it to a level where the piano may not be overriding the guitar may not be overriding the drums. You have to mix things to a level that is hearable, or that the ears won't kill the ears, or when you're playing in your car, it won't be distorted because something is real loud and it's cracking your speakers. That's the mixing process. After mixing, we have what's called mastering. Mastering is what we do to make that, once you mix it down, mastering is what's involved, whether you're using software or hardware, to make everything sound like it's full and big, make the sound big. And also it makes it, when you master, if you have 5 songs on a CD, for example, when one song goes off and the next one comes on, it's not going to be real low, the second song, or it's not going to be real loud. Everything is at an even level. And a lot of times you can get that from compression too, okay? But that's what mastering is. Then we're talking about packaging. When you get done packaging, are you going to need a CD jacket? Are you going to need to have it sealed and wrapped? Okay, that's packaging. Okay, so next, here we go. This is what a lot of musicians don't think about either. How are you going to get your music heard? So we're talking about marketing, advertising, social media. Now, if anybody follows me at all, you'll know that I do a lot of my work late at night, between 11 and 3 in the morning. Okay, I do my music. If I have video footage, I'll use video footage for my video when I'm done, or I use still shots. It just depends, because I really just want to get my music out, so I may just use still shots, because the whole key for me is getting my music out there. But also I want to reach social media sites. Well, most people you record, I hate to say it, 90% of the people you work with, 95 probably, don't even know how to use a computer. They don't know nothing about uploading. They don't know nothing about downloading. They don't know nothing about packaging. They don't know nothing about advertising, getting your music heard. So see, my thing is find a studio that can do it all. I mean, I could hire people to do it, but believe it or not, I do it all right? And I'm so blessed to be able to do it all. But all that costs, that's what I'm trying to get everybody to understand. This costs. So when you got people saying, hey, I'm Green, can you record me? I want to get with you so we can, I want to get on some tracks. I want to get, well, I could be, I'm kind sometimes, and I might record people, but a lot of times people don't understand the value of wanting to come to a studio. And not just a studio, a good studio. I keep saying good studio. Okay. So the estimated basic cost per track, you ain't gonna believe this, but the estimated basic cost per track can be around $2,500. Now you're probably wondering why. Well, a lot of times you don't see the work that goes on behind the scene, because again, you just hear, if you're recording somebody, they're just here, and you pull the track up after you have written it. That's if you even wrote it, and all they gotta do is bring their sax or guitar or get on your microphone and just add their track. That's it. They don't see what's going on, or they wasn't there when you was laying out the tracks and writing the music, and they wasn't there when you was doing the actual recording. They're just coming in and doing their part. That is the most simplest thing or part to do, okay? So for $2,500, that is not bad. That's the average cost, all right? I like to tell people that I deal with, this is business, it's not personal. Yeah, of course you would like to get with me. Yeah, you want to get with me, and you want to get with other people like me, because we have stuff, and you must, or you think that we know what we're doing. Well, you got to remember, I've been in this field, in this game. I've had my first recording studio. I'm gonna give my age away, but my first recording studio I had was in 1981. I've been doing this for a long time. I've been playing keyboards since 1978, 79. I'm a licensed sound engineer. I'm licensed I'm a licensed mastering house. I'm a licensed mixing house. I do packaging. I do all the marketing. I hit all the main sites. I'm not even gonna name the main sites. I don't want to give that away because I don't want people to go and do the work I do so hard every night. But if you call or come to my website www.detailsolutionscomputers.com, I'll give that information away. But somebody has to load your stuff to these social media sites after it's mixed and mastered. Okay, so again, I'm not saying this to scare anybody. I'm just saying this so people can get an understanding that it's not cheap. And one thing people tell me all the time, I do stuff so fast. Well, I do stuff fast and I record and I can mix and I can do the video so fast. I mean, whether it's just still shots or something intricate like MTV, because I could do that too. But what I'm saying is I do it so fast because I have so much time. Now, before I end this, Detailed Solutions Computers in Audio, we offer classes on computers, building computers, designing computers, software, hardware, adding stuff to your computer. We also teach classes on graphics, mixing, mastering, recording tracks, video, recording, video editing. We teach classes on all that stuff. We teach classes on doing wiring, hooking up equipment. Like, I don't care how much equipment you have, we teach classes on it. Getting that signal to and from. So again, my name is Marcellus, and I would like to just thank you all for spending time with me. And if you get a chance, look me up on my website again, www.detailsolutionscomputers.com. Detailed Solutions Computers is phone number is 618-709-6763. Looking forward to hearing from you. Come take some classes with us. We're running a special now on all types of classes. Become a professional and be one that's sought after in the industry. Peace.